Hey everyone, if you're a developer, you know the drill, right? You change one tiny line of code, and then you wait, and wait. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the science that's making that wait just evaporate. We're talking about tools that feel instant. The big question is, how on earth do they do it? Seriously, how does it work? You hit save, and bam, the change is right there on your screen in what feels like the blink of an eye. What's going on behind the scenes? Well, I'll tell you, it's not magic. It's actually a super clever application of some pretty deep computer science.
But before we get into the solution, let's talk about the problem. Why did we even need this speed boost in the first place? Well, as our apps got bigger and way more complex, our tools just couldn't keep up. They started to lag, turning into this massive bottleneck that just killed our creative flow.
And this quote from the Next.js team, man, it just nails that feeling, doesn't it? That painful slowness. And look, even amazing tools like Webpack, which was a total game changer back in the day, started to hit a wall. The real issue was that your wait time was tied to the size of your entire app, not the one little change you just made. That just doesn't scale.
So to smash through that performance wall, we needed something totally different. The answer wasn't about just cranking up the speed on the old methods. No, it was about finding a fundamentally smarter way to work. And believe it or not, the key was hidden away in some academic research papers.
And this is it. This is the big idea. Incremental computation. It sounds fancy, but the concept is actually super simple and powerful. It's basically, don't do work you don't have to do. I mean, think about it. If you only change one tiny little thing, why in the world would you rebuild the entire universe from scratch? It just makes sense, right?
This slide really lays it all out. The old way, your app gets bigger, your coffee breaks waiting for compiles get longer. Simple as that. But the incremental way, it completely flips the script. The amount of work is tied to the size of your change. So you tweak one line of CSS, the compiler does a tiny bit of work, even if your app is a massive beast with thousands of components. That's the key.
Okay, now this is cool. This quote right here is such a great way to think about it. It compares incremental computation to differentiation in calculus. You know, finding the rate of change at one specific point, that's what this is. It's like we're just calculating the impact of our tiny change instead of rerunning the whole massive equation. It's a really deep and honestly kind of beautiful way to look at how compilers can work.
So you have this amazing academic idea, but how do you turn that theory into a tool that you and I can actually use in our projects? Well, that's the bridge that Turbopack was built to cross. And that brings us to Turbopack. Now, the team at Vercel didn't just try to duct tape these ideas onto something old. Nope, they started from a blank slate. They built a brand new compiler, they wrote it in Rust for performance, and they designed it from day one with this idea of incremental computation baked right into its DNA.
But look, creating something this fundamental, it doesn't happen overnight. This was a long haul. We're talking a multi-year journey, starting with that first alpha preview back in 2022. It took them years of work and passing this huge test suite, we're talking over 6,500 tests, to finally get it to the point where it was stable and ready for prime time.
Okay, so after all that time and all that effort, what was the payoff? Well, the performance gains are, honestly, they're kind of nuts. Let's just look at the data.
Just look at that number, 96.3%. That's staggering. For huge apps, the ones that used to be the slowest, code updates got that much faster. This isn't just a little speed bump. This is a complete transformation of your workflow. It brings back that magic feeling of an instant feedback loop.
And it's not just about fast refresh when you're coding. Check out the server startup times. Because of file system caching, the compiler literally remembers the work it did last time. So what took 15 seconds from a cold start now takes just about 1 second once it's cached. It's like it never forgot. And if you want to see a head-to-head comparison, here you go. Look at a simple Leaf component update. Turbopack is way faster. Even when you're updating something much more complex, like a root component, it still comes out ahead. The bottom line is this isn't just theory. The architecture delivers real, measurable speed wins where it counts.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. Shipping something this new, this complex, it's never a perfectly smooth ride. When you're trying to adopt a brand new compiler, there are going to be some bumps in the road, and the community's experience is a huge part of the story.
And you see that right here in this comment from a developer on Reddit. You can feel the frustration, right? They're running into errors, things aren't compiling, and it feels like they're working with something raw. That's a totally valid experience for some early adopters. But then, right away, you see the beauty of open source. A team member jumps in. They don't get defensive, they ask for feedback so they can fix it. And they point out that for most people, it's working great. This conversation, this loop between the people building the tool and the people using it, is exactly how things go from raw to rock solid.
So let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? What's the real story that Turbopack tells us about building software? I think it's this. Some of the most massive breakthroughs we get in our everyday tools don't come from just polishing what we already have. They come from reaching back, grabbing these deep, foundational computer science ideas and applying them to the very real, very practical problems we face every day. The answer to "my dev server is slow" wasn't a little hack. It was a complete rethinking of the architecture, built on years of research.
And that leaves us with a really exciting question to think about. This core principle, only doing the work that's absolutely necessary, it completely changed web development. So what's next? Where else can this idea be a total game changer? Databases? AI model training? Scientific simulations? The potential is just massive. Something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.